Hi, I'll be going over the brainstorming template that can be found at DesignQStudio, a store on Etsy.com. This template is a complimentary document that goes well with my other templates, including the self-care checklist, the daily organizer, and the morning or evening maintenance routine chart. Okay, so these templates, or excuse me, all of these documents are meant to be flexible enough for you to be able to, figure out an approach that works best for you. However, I will demonstrate what the approach that I use in case that you find that helpful. The first thing I do is I determine a long range end date. That end date is just going to be the goal date for me, and it will help me decide what I expect to see for each of my pursuits by that particular date. You can use whatever date works for you. I just enjoy, or I prefer to use just really simple kind of time ranges. So in this example, today is quote unquote January 1st, 2022. And so I've set a long range end date for 1 year. And I have listed what I expect to see for each of my pursuits at that point. For my Shopify account, I want to be in a position to hire an employee to manage the shop. For my book, I want to publish my first novel. For my cryptocurrency, I want to have a stable portfolio, all by or before January 1st, 2023. Okay. For each of these businesses, I also have the option of, kind of marking whether or not I feel like they will yield me a reasonable amount of income, sooner rather than later. All of those terms are subjective. Reasonable amount of income, sooner or later, that's all up to you. For me, I'm just going to say the reasonable amount of income within a few months of starting something, so that's kind of an expectation for me. For Shopify, that seems like that a reasonable expectation. For the book, I'm thinking it's going to take a while to build up, that kind of income. For cryptocurrency, I have no idea, so I'm just going to leave it blank. All right. So the next step now is just to list goals that are going to support or reinforce my bigger goals that I've listed here. All right. So that could include be confident in my understanding of investing best practices. So that's going to be for my cryptocurrency. Open my shop, that's for Shopify. Post products, that's for Shopify. Take more writing classes, that's obviously for the book. Learn where to market products. So as you can see, I'm just brainstorming and brain dumping. It's not about being specific. It's just about, or even very orderly. It's just about getting the stuff out of your brain. You shouldn't need more than one sheet because, as you'll see in my demonstration, one sheet should keep you pretty busy. But you can always add more sheets if you feel like you need more room. So this is opening a shop. It's for Shopify. Post products, Shopify. Take my writing classes, is the book. Learn how and where to market products. Well, that's actually Shopify in the book. Okay, so I'm just going to jump on over to a more completed list. And as you can see, the immediate end date has populated because I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but I like to use a week as my immediate end date because, again, I like to use simple time ranges so that I don't have to think too hard about it. So in this case, January 7th is a week from quote unquote today. And now you'll get to kind of watch me go through the thought process as I kind of loosely organize this based on whether or not I feel like I can begin or complete something by the long range, mid-range, or immediate end date. So these first three are obviously, I expect to complete these by the long range end date. Let's see. And so for me, since Shopify would be my priority business just because it's going to pay me sooner, that's also going to help me make decisions regarding what and when I will complete and when I will complete it. So be confident in my understanding of investing best practices for the cryptocurrency. Okay, well that's obviously a long range goal, but I hope to be completed. I hope to complete that goal. Like I hope to be there and feel pretty confident at that point by January 1st, 2023. Open my shop, my Shopify shop. Well, I can't open a shop without products, so that can't be an immediate thing, but I definitely don't want it to be a long range thing, so I'm going to put mid-range. And just understand that mid-range, or the dates are just giving you an anchor point. I can open my shop next week if I want to, but it's just not going to be this week, for instance, right? So post products, I'm not going to do that this week because I don't even have products, and that would be, I don't want to put together some products that aren't, you know, high quality, so I'll make that a mid-range thing. And take more writing classes, that's not a priority right now. I'll put that as mid-range. I'll learn where to market products. I'll make that as mid-range too, because obviously I want to learn how to do that for my Shopify, but not so much for the book mid-range. Like I could probably learn that later on for the book. So I think I'm going to separate these out, and I'm going to add this here. There. So that's the book. Learn where to market books. Okay, so that'll be a long range deal. This one is a mid-range. Figure out how to self-publish on the platform. Well, I don't need to know that now, or even by you know, I don't need to know that like immediately. So I'm just gonna keep that long range for right now. Oh, and I should probably decide what my mid-range date is, right? So opening the shop is kind of like the seminal thing that I need to do for me to be able to start making money on Shopify. So I would like to make that happen. I wouldn't say a month away from now, but maybe a couple months away from quote unquote today. So we'll say March 1st, 2022. That's going to be my mid-range end date now. Let's see. Okay, so figure out how to self-publish on the platform. So yeah, I definitely don't need to do that by March 1st. Open an account where I can start trading for my cryptocurrency. I would like to do that within a couple months. So yes. Research account options for trading. Account options being the company that I'm going to go with. So let's see, account options, company to use. Seems like I should be able to get that done in a week's time. So yeah, that seems reasonable. Learn how and where to market my book. Again, we'll make that more of a long range thing. Let's see, now I need to do something immediately for my shop, but I can't open my shop this week. But what I can do is I can open my Shopify account this week. So I know I can do that. I can get that done. I can't post products this week, but I can research popular products. I can do that this week. Can I develop those same products? I don't know about that. So I might make that more of, it's not this week, it's not long range. I'll put it as mid-range for right now. So now I'm just going to go ahead and be a little bit like even that much more specific. So what do I plan to do by these points in time? Let's see, I'll open a shop. Well, I'm going to complete that by March 1st. I'm going to complete posting products by March 1st. Take more writing classes. I'll begin that. I don't need to complete, and I probably will never complete writing classes. So I'll begin that. Learn how and where to market products for my Shopify. So I need to complete that so that I can open my shop with some confidence. Figure out how to self-publish on the platform. I should complete that by the time I'm publishing my first novel. So open an account where I can start trading. Let's see, by mid-range, I should be able to complete that. Research account options for trading, or for the company to use. Can I complete that this week? I think so. All right. And now what I don't have on here, open an account, research an account. So open an account. So I can do one of two things. I can say I want to decide on and open an account where I can start trading. I could do that, but I tend to be a person who likes to, I don't like to put two questions or two statements in one goal. So I'm gonna, kind of divvy those up. I'm gonna say decide on a company to use for trading. Okay, so I think I can do that, not this week, so it'll be a mid-range goal, and I should be able to complete that by March 1st, by or before March 1st. So let's see, learn where to market book. I said that was a long range. I should complete that by long range. Open my Shopify account. I'm going to do that this week. Research popular products this week. Develop products. I can't do that this week, but I can do it before March 1st. Decide on a company to use for trading. I can complete that. So I'll begin developing my products not this week, but I'm expecting to do it next week. So that still falls after my immediate end date, and that's why I have it as a mid-range end date item. Okay. So, I am now ready to go. If you're using an editable PDF, you would go ahead and hit Control S if you're on PC and Command S if you're on a Mac, and you can go ahead and save this as the same file name if you're okay with overwriting the information that was on there previously, which I am. Okay, so now it's the end of January. It's the end of the week. It's January 7th. I come back here and I'm a rock star because I completed these items. I completed my research for companies to use for trading. I'm going to keep looking down my immediate list. Yes, I did open my Shopify account. Yay. And I did research popular products. So awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and save that because I completed these items. I'm going to save that as the same file. And now we're looking at the next week, January 14th. Now that's my new immediate end date. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the ones that I've completed because I have those on my prior file. I am going to go ahead and save this as with a new name so that I don't overwrite my prior file, because I like to look back at things and kind of see how I've progressed. All right, so now let's see, what can I get done immediately? I'm going to go ahead and reset these. So I've done the research for my products. I should be able to go ahead and start developing my products. So this was mid-range, but now I can move this over to immediate. I'm going to begin developing my products this week. As a matter of fact, I've decided that I'm going to complete developing my products this week. So that's what I'm going to do. That's my goal. Open an account where I can start trading. So I did the research that I needed to figure out like what platform I want to use. So I don't see why I can't go ahead and just open an account. I don't have to actually start trading, but I can go ahead and get my account opened. So I'll go ahead and do that as well. Take my right, post products. So I can't post products yet. So those still remain a mid-range. These still remain mid-range goals. Something else I can do is, let's see, decide on company to use for trading. I can do that immediately too. So I'll both decide on a company to use for trading based on my research, and I'll open an account this week. I'm going to start developing products. What else can I do to kind of further my Shopify goal forward? Let's see. I'm gonna I'm developing my products. Maybe I can well, let's see, get my store, make sure that my store, or research how to make my store attractive. So that's something I could do. So I could begin that this week as well. So I'm trying to think of anything else, because I don't do Shopify, I'll be honest. But that might be something that you need to do, is like how research what makes a successful Shopify store. So that's something that you can complete this week. There you go. All right. Well, hopefully that was a pretty good example. Brainstorming isn't meant to be pretty, it's meant to be effective. Hopefully this helps you with getting those ideas, those big goals, and those smaller goals down on paper, so that you can begin pursuing them in earnest.